What's up, guys? It's Nermal here. I know this isn't, my kind of normal kind of video, but recently I've been playing a lot of hardcore Minecraft. I don't know, maybe just for a little nostalgia for that 2012 era of video games. And I told my chat about this, and they said, you should take us on a tour of your home in your hardcore Minecraft world. And I said, yeah, chat, absolutely, I'll do that. And so that's what this is now. So I'm gonna take you on a little tour of my hardcore Minecraft house. I've been playing for a little over a month and a half at this point. So my abode, I'm not an expert builder. I'm not an expert builder. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I'm like a god at building or anything, but I do my best and I like the way that it's come out. Let's start here with the farm. I mean, the farm, that's a little unconventional, but I wasn't aware that if you make a house in a taiga biome that it would freeze the water. So that's why I have this kind of torch set up in this unconventional organization of the crops and their locations on the ground. And on top of that, I have a little bit of nostalgia for this farm because it's actually the first thing that I made when I spawned in. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the farm. Up here we have where I suspended the lamb, and now we're gonna go ahead and check out the house, the moment everybody's been waiting for it. We're gonna check the house out. So we're just gonna walk in, and we got a little bit of redstone. It's getting a little crazy right off the bat. There's a little bit of redstone here with the door and the pressure plate situation. The rest of it's very humble, I'll tell you. The rest of it is the rest of the house is very humble. So let's go ahead and head on in. Here we have the inside of the house. This was the first part of the house that was built. I lived in just a single square rectangular wooden house for a real long time, for about a month before I decided, you know what, I should probably renovate. But we got the classic crafting table in the corner, of course. We've got the 2 furnaces. You gotta have 2 furnaces because if you only have one, it's just not gonna go fast enough. You're not gonna smelt stuff fast enough, so that's why you get 2. And then the piece de resistance of the room, the blast furnace, which I use when I need to blast something. When I need to blast! So after that, we could go right upstairs. This is where the magic's made, man. I'm just kidding. I like to joke. I actually don't spend a lot of time in this area of the house because normally I'm out in the mines, mining. But this is, when I'm here, this is the bed that I'm sleeping in. Some beautiful white sheets, and next to it is a chest. And in the chest is just a few items, a couple knickknacks, a couple little tiddlywinks. Out here we have the deck. Every house, every great house in Minecraft has to have a deck, right? You gotta have something to walk out on so you can overlook the land. You could check on the farm. All sorts of kind of funny things are able to be done with a deck on your house, making it kind of an essential part of any Minecraft house, and this is mine. It's a wonderful vibe, a little monocolor, but again, I've never lied. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an expert builder, you know what I mean? So when it comes to textures and kind of all sorts of kind of like building kind of ideas and concepts, they're not really kind of in my wheelhouse. So up next we have the storage. Now the storage, again, it's not that complex. It's just 3 chests, but they all got stuff in them, you know what I mean? I got some items. There's my coal. You gotta have coal, a whole lot of iron. Diamonds in here. These are the first diamonds I found. The diamonds in the other chest are the ones that I kind of use more of, honestly, just because it's next to my bed, so it's like right there, And in these other ones, I have a bunch of just little miscellaneous, kind of items in these ones, little knickknacks, paddywinks, tiddly knacks, kind of around, I have things, you know what I mean? And I keep them in chests. Of course, we do have an attic. I wouldn't classify it as a 3rd floor. I'd really only call it an attic. And in the attic is the monument. That's where I actually keep the monument. So yeah, that's kind of it on the house tour. I could take you to the mine, but I'm just kind of a strip miner. I only kind of play for fun. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe as the house gets bigger and I get more gear and things kind of start happening for me on the Minecraft world, maybe I could give you guys an update if you want it. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and follow and leave a comment if you want more. What's up, guys? Nermal again. We're back on my hardcore world. There have been a lot of questions in the comments of my last video where I showed it off, and I kind of want to address some of those now. So, real quick, somebody in the comments suggested I make a cow farm. I got some lamps too. I threw some lamps down in a little patch. Somebody suggested I throw down a cow farm, and I really liked that idea because I could always use beef. Beef is just one of those things, like in a food sense, kind of you could always use. Got some rogue rogue cows over there. Don't worry about those guys. But yeah, I got some locked up here. I've been making a mate. It's been a little while since I've made a mate. You know, normally I'm down in the mines mining, but yeah, so thanks to you guys, I put a little cow farm down. We got the, you know, the lamp. We've got the path here. I like the way that the path looks. Oh, I should probably harvest some of my crops here while I talk. You know, one person actually asked me about that particular chest over there, and all that's in that chest is, it's where I keep my seeds and wheat and bread. So you could just kind of see, you could just look, it's seeds, wheat, and, you know, just bread. But one thing that I didn't show you guys in the last video is that behind my house is a small pit of lava, and I use this pit of lava to destroy items, so I don't have a, you know, super kind of cluttered inventory all the time, you know what I mean? So yeah, very cool stuff here, you know? You could just kind of burn everything out. Very nice. And that's pretty much it on this little update. You know, a lot of people had little questions talking about things that I didn't really understand what people were kind of talking about when they were commenting, but the facts are, that's full. The facts are that, I mean, look around. I'm developing this world in a very swift manner, you know? I mean, the world's really coming together nicely. I'm very proud of it. And again, you know, I don't want to make this a kind of a regular thing the way that it is right now on the TikTok page. You know, you want to get back to your kind of normal kind of stuff that you kind of do. You know, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get back to that stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of the end of this kind of little update. Maybe we'll do another one. Maybe if you guys recommend me more stuff. Again, I don't want to make it a super regular thing. I kind of want to get back to business. So thank you guys for watching. Like and follow, and you could go to my Twitch page, twitch.tv/NermalO. The link's in the bio, and yeah, that's where you can catch me. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, I know I said I wouldn't make this a regular thing, but dude, this is fucking awesome sauce. I got a dog. Look at him, look at his little collar. I gave him some bones, the hearts came out, and I fucking have a dog now, dude. So this is so exciting. Man, I'm gonna he's gonna kill so many mobs. I might take him even down in the mines with me when I mine. Oh man. No, this is really cool. You know, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like in real life, I don't have any animals, but to actually have one in Minecraft is fucking, like I said, dude, it's fucking awesome sauce, dude. It's epic. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be walking around with this freaking thing, man. So we've been doing a lot of hardcore Minecraft recently, but remember, we're gonna go back to the original stuff where we broke our bread back in the, you know it all, you remember. So, but dude, this is just fucking awesome, man. Okay, guys, have a good one. See you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. I mean, follow. Hey guys, it's Nermal again. I want to show you something super cool on my Minecraft hardcore world. A lot of you have been asking about seeing my mine, where I go and mine, and so I was thinking maybe today I'll take you on a little journey to my mine. What do you say? Maybe we could even bring, you know, my little dog with me. I haven't got a name for him yet, but maybe soon, you know. I gotta watch out for these mobs here. Look, we got a creeper right next to the entrance, but I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna be fine. Oh man, I'm having a lot of fun, you know, being down here and mining and just getting stuff and, like, you know, getting diamonds and iron and just exploring the caves. That's one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft. Oh, hold on, we got a zombie coming here. Hold on, we'll go ahead and handle this. Jeez. Zombies in my mine. Mines are not where zombies are, you know? Mines are usually where I am getting resource. Oh, real quick. This is a little offshoot of my mine. I used this little area to build this part of the lamb suspension system. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is just kind of a cool little area that's kind of a little offshoot of the rest of the mine, but that's not important. What is important is, you know, just seeing the rest of this kind of real long stretch. And like I was saying, man, one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft is just dig into the ground, just dig far, dig real real deep and just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig until inevitably you kind of find something like maybe like some iron, or maybe like a cave system, or you even maybe could find like a stronghold, or maybe one of these maybe one of these newer kind of biomes that they have underground, these new kind of cave system things that, you know, I'm not really too familiar with, or maybe, you know, you'll even, oh man, little dog teleporting. Wow. That kind of made me a little nervous. You know, as we get to kind of the end of the mine where I usually spend most of my time in the hardcore Minecraft world, I just want to let you guys know I appreciate all the support on these videos. These videos are a lot of fun to make. I'm having a good time Haha, what's up guys? Nermal again. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, Nermal, can you show us your lamb suspension system? Sure. I mean, I don't know why you want that, because a lamb suspension system, everybody knows. You build it in a remote area of your world and then you just forget about it. So I haven't really thought about it since I finished building it however long ago. But whatever, I'll take you on a tour of it. It's completely fine. If you guys want to see it, I'll show you. You know, I'm a man of the people. What can I say? So right off the bat, I keep my Book of Revelations chapter 16 directly under the second randomizer. But the real meat of my lamb suspension system starts here with the repeating pulse redstone contraption. What this does is it has a pulse that goes through it every 49 seconds for infinity. It does have an official name, something like a circuit. But the point is, it sends a redstone pulse out every 49-ish seconds. And that redstone pulse is going into this first randomizer here. That's what this is. This is a randomizer. So when it receives a redstone pulse from the circuit at random, one of those redstone torches are going to light up. Now, as you can see, there's 7 redstone torches and 6 of them aren't hooked up to anything. So when they turn on, nothing happens. But that 4th one, when the 4th one turns on, it sends a second redstone pulse to a second randomizer. Now, the second randomizer has 9 redstone outputs, and 5 of them do nothing, but there are 4 of them that actually do something. So let's say the circuit generates a pulse. It sends a redstone input to the first randomizer. 1 in 7 chance, the 4th torch is activated. It sends a redstone pulse to the second randomizer, which then activates 1 of the 9 torches. Let's say torch number 8 on the second randomizer activates. Nothing happens. It's not hooked up to anything. So the operation restarts. The circuit sends a pulse. The first randomizer selects a random redstone output. It's the 6th torch. Nothing happens. If the second randomizer generates a redstone output on one of the torches that is hooked up to one of these tendrils, that's what I call them tendrils, a random effect will occur in the cage of the lamb. So let's go check out the lamb's cage. So here we are at the lamb's cage. The cube is what I like to call it. It's a deep slate cube. I think that's deep slate. It might be some form of cobble with a glass pane cage floating inside of it containing the lamb. Let's say Hypothetically, the second randomizer generates a redstone output at the fourth redstone torch. What happens is the second randomizer will then send a redstone output all the way here to the lamb's cage that will open up the top of the cube, dumping that lava on top of the glass cage that the lamb is in. Obviously, if you're the lamb, you're probably gonna begin to fear that you're gonna get melted, but it never happens. So it's just kind of to try to stress that lamb out with the implied burning of his flesh. Or let's say the second randomizer generates a redstone output at the fifth torch. What happens then is the second randomizer sends a redstone output all the way to the cage. By the way, I built the cube far away from the randomizers because I didn't want the sheep hearing the pistons going off, because I didn't want it to be able to predict when something would happen inside of the cube. But I digress. Fifth torch on the second randomizer activates. Redstone pulse comes all the way below the cube, activating 4 separate lamps that begin to flicker at odd time signatures, reminding the lamb that it is alive and in a cage. I heard that if you put a blanket over a horse's head, it just thinks it's dead and lays down. I don't know if lambs are like that, but you know, I just didn't want to take a chance with it being in pitch black darkness inside of that cube. So I had to remind it that it's in a cube, that something is doing this to it. Now, let's say the second randomizer activates the 6th redstone torch. Pulse comes all the way to the cube, opening a piston door that reveals a wasteland. Nothing on it, dirt, rock, weeds. The idea here is to just try to shatter the lamb's hope by just showing him drab landscapes for eternity. Let's say, for the sake of explanation, that the second randomizer generates an output on the 7th redstone torch. As you know, the redstone pulse is going to come all the way to the cube, flinging open a series of doors that reveal a green, grassy landscape with weeds and a fence cage. This is to show the lamb what his life would be like had he not ran into me. Hopefully further driving him into a pit of despair. Now, what I'm about to say doesn't affect the lamb, but personally, I like that from my perspective, I can see that the tree's unfinished, floating over a void. Now, the lamb can't see that. That's just kind of for me, you know, just psychologically, I like that. You know, from my perspective, the mental anguish that the lamb is experiencing is almost akin to Wile E. Coyote running directly into a wall that has a tunnel painted on it. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's like comical. It's like Looney Tunes, you know? Anyway, guys, that's how I like to suspend my lamb. You know, I don't usually do this on my videos, but fuck it, we'll try it. Hey, leave a comment and tell me how you like to suspend your lamb in Minecraft. Thanks again, guys. Remember to like and follow and save and subscribe and send this to 10 friends. See you in the next one, guys. Hey guys, it's Nermal, and on my last video where I showed you guys how I suspend the lamb, there were not a lot, but there were some comments, and they were asking why. I guess the reason is why anyone would suspend the lamb. You know, there comes a time in every Minecraft player's life where they stop feeling. So they try to find ways to feel, and so you get into drugs, you start drinking, or doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and eventually all of that stuff wears off too, and you're just kind of stuck in a feelingless void. So you start to hurt small animals. You know, you walk around your wherever your house is at night, you look for stray animals, dogs. Cats are a big one because cats are more likely to be out. And you abduct them, take them to a remote location, and start to strangle them. Maybe you have a hammer you keep in your car, you hit it once over the head with a hammer and it and it dies. And then eventually little activities like that kind of stop working too, and you realize that the physical realm, the realm that we exist in, us people, in this realm, you don't have the money or resources or frankly intelligence to torture a living creature in a capacity that would make you feel. So you go to Minecraft and you suspend the lamb. Ask any Minecraft player. They'll tell you the same thing. They'll say exactly what I just said verbatim. At this point, it's kind of a mantra in the Minecraft community. You know, as a Minecraft player, I can remember the exact moment that I lost the ability to feel. I was 14 years old and I had got a kitten and we brought it home, and my sister saw the kitten that was supposed to be mine and named it. I didn't get to name it, she named it, and then she started spending more time with it than me, and I didn't like that because it was my kitten. It was for me. But one day I walked out into the living room. Dad was sitting in his chair and my sister was playing with my kitten, and I pleaded my case. And after 12 hours straight, 12 hours, 8 plus 4, an entire working day, plus 4 hours of arguing with my family members, I finally won back custody of my kitten. I took my kitten back to my room. I kept him in a small box. I gave him milk. I gave him food. And within 3 days, he died of an incurable sickness. But that wasn't the last time that I felt. The last time that I felt was when I buried him, because me, my sister, and my dad all dug a small shoebox-sized hole in our backyard and laid the kitten to rest in it. All three of us staring at the small grave of this small little tiny kitten. My dad went back into the house. I assume it's because he didn't want us to see him crying. It was just my sister and I staring at the kitten's grave. In this moment, what I needed was a hand on my shoulder and for somebody to tell me that it was all gonna be okay. And what I got was my sister looking me dead in the face and saying, "This was all your fault." And as Minecraft players, I'm sure you all can relate to my story and stories like it. Anyways, guys, this has been Nermal. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share, because if you don't, I'm gonna kill you and everyone that you've ever loved in front of you before you die. You bitch! You stupid!
I've got to share this with you because I love you, and you feel that.